this is such an important lane matchup where both the position 1 and position 2 will have 2 pulled tangos just for this factor. But it looks like, yeah, that happened occasionally a while ago. We saw some people doing it, but it's not going to be the case so far. So yeah, they got the Morphling here, but still Morphling's attack range is pretty low, so Max should still be able to find a couple of Jingu stacks. At least it's not going to be as bad as I think what the other matchup would have been.
Yeah, for sure. And with those deep wards as well, they're going to be able to, of course, one of them's going to get removed, but scout out any sort of Earth Spirit rotations that might be coming through. Of course, Monkey King much more vulnerable into that sort of stuff.
Tranquilly.
We've got Bok here, he's just gone for the Null Talisman, so he's going to be the one securing a lot of these last hits for himself here. And it does create a good amount of kill threat as well for the Ember Spirit. You know, you can burst down through a lot of his Flame Guard, for example.
They also orb the Venom as well on the Ember, so they're going to get that themselves with the Banishment. So kind of interesting. You see a lot of time if you're laning versus the Shadow Team and you don't pick up the orb just because the illusions are going to have that same factor.
You can see there he gets at level 1, you know, not wanting to prioritize the last hit, and actually really nice individual play coming through from Mac. TP being wasted as well by Skille.
Well, still the Morph, it's not going to be the greatest matchup for him, and the issue is as well that Mac's going to constantly be providing a lot of pressure, so Morphling's not going to really be able to last it because he's going to be full attribute shift. So until Morphling can kind of get maybe level 5, then we might see a decent time. But with how Mac has positioned the creep wave, it's a really good spot at the moment where he can just, you know, force young PH out of the lane, and you see constant harassment.
Yeah, especially now prior to that level 3. I think it'll become slightly easier, of course, once he gets that up, and he finally does. So taking advantage of a little bit of that extra strength and agi. Of course, Mac, he was definitely the reason behind the dominant performance in game number 1 for Omega. Let's see if he's able to do it again. Wouldn't put it past him. Even just using the mischief to dodge a single right click. He's diving the tower just for that Jingu.
Guess he's gonna be able to get that health back, and he's got 2 tankers still to be able to utilize. So this is the dominance. It's just, oh, I think that's misses the boundless.
As long as he connects onto a bunch of creeps, he's fine.
Yeah. Radiant's courier has been killed.
That's a nice courier though. You get rid of the boots, the ring of regen. Okay. Nicely played from Skille. So he's once again doing the pulling shenanigans. Pango having a little bit more of a rougher time here against Tino and CML. It's only got 8 last hits, and see CML being such a nuisance. The Chilling Touch along with the Cold Feet trying to harass him out, and even the Troll is a pretty strong laning stage here as well. Tino's even got the Orb of Venom.
Yeah, for sure, and they were able to remove that Observer Ward, so now when that rotation does eventually come from Skille at around the 4-minute mark, might stay to just contest this jungle camp, but after that it's going to be, of course, obvious that he's coming, but they don't know exactly when that is.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Nicely done. Snipes away a couple of those creeps with the boulder. He's going to be able to contest. It's getting delivered out to him now. Just another salve and a Wraith Band, so some more stats for young PH, which she's in desperate need of.
Top lane, Pok might still end up ticking down to the Fire Spirit. No, he just keeps his life with 19 health there. Ember's going to try and get a range. Buck actually runs back forward there, maybe trying to dodge the snipe, but unfortunately it's going to cost him his life as Ember will claim it. So, tried a couple of supports here, but with the Ember claiming that kill, you've got to feel pretty comfortable there.
And it's actually Skille picking up the urn for himself. Of course, very effective against both the Monkey King and the Troll, to be able to deny out a lot of the healing that's coming through from that. And I feel like I'm harping on about it, but the heal from the Ag Shard Demonic Purge, going to be very good. Man, a full level ahead is Mac right now, and that's with a creep wave that he hasn't even finished farming.
Yeah, I mean, at least top lane once again, this is where the action's kind of been at the moment. Bok will be able to claim off the Ember, and now the Phoenix is in trouble, does not have the dive. See, Boomy's trying to body block so Bok can stack up the poison tiers, and they got 2 levels in it at the moment, so we'll need an extra charge. Doesn't find it with the sidestep. Forces the rotation from the Earth Spirit, now connects on the roll. Nice double kick as well. Bok falling incredibly low, but he's going to have the banishment back up once again. turns, finds a connection. That should be enough. Skilly not going to be able to continue forward. Can they get the refill as well? Unfortunately, Boomy's doesn't have the bottle. Box didn't drag that one over to him, and looks like they're even going to prevent them from finding the one on the high ground there. They're going to be careful because Skilly's still got another ability if they stay in the vicinity, but Mac coming over, even with the rotation from CML,
look at all these
they're going to punish them. Yeah, this is a lot of emphasis on Yangon's here, is walking up that high ground.
And Young PH is just saying, thank God that Monkey King is away from me for at least 20 seconds.
Yeah, well, this is big because now, at least with the couple of last hits that he's going to get for free, it's going to make it so he can get this Morbid Mask, and then he'll at least be able to sustain the lane and be able to go back and farm up the jungle. So yeah, even though you lose the Phoenix there, whatever space you can get for the Morphling, definitely some breathing room where he has to be happy about.
We'll have that Morbid Mask in just one of these small creeps. Immediately sends it out to him.
I would like to see the Earth Spirit start to play around top here. I think that, you know, Pango is just going to continue to drag the wave. He's already gotten a decent amount. If you can give Pango solo experience, like, you're not going to shut down the troll, but it seems like just this Void Spirit and Shouted Demon has been a really big issue for the Ember at the moment. He's got only got 20 last hits, and well, there we go. And that's a perfect combo because you have to change the set for the role where you didn't have that previously with anyone else. Yeah, although Max even going to come as well.
He's got the Jingu.
Yeah, he's got. It's a big issue here for Lun. His dive's going to be up in a couple seconds, and there is no boundless for Mac. Just gets away, but he doesn't continue running to the tower, and Mac's moving really fast now with the boundless back up. So Phoenix not running to the tower there. His life, and with a rotation for the Monkey King. He's got 3 kills already. Top of the net worth is the Monkey.
Yeah, very nicely done. A few stacks starting to be built up here as well as the 7-minute mark hits, so both teams are going to be trying to get some of those neutral items, especially when it means you're just able to stay around on the map, roam a whole lot more. Even just Young PH having that keen optics is going to be really nice for his farming potential.
Man, Tino just chased down the Pango there with the Orb of Venom slow, and the movement speed that he had against the Pango without the boots there really cost him. And he's, well, that's going to be the first death, and that's the first kill for Tino, who has been looking really strong. You see he's already got the cloak, so more than likely the Aghanims build into that internal shroud that we saw previously on the other day.
I have to question that full-on dedication to be able to kill the Pango though, because he lost an entire creep wave underneath the tower while he was chasing. So I don't know if that's entirely worth it when, you know, you are your team's hyper carry.
Do you like him going for the Hood first, in like before the Aghanims, because it's going to slow down a lot of his farm? I guess the Hood will enable him to join fights where Radiant can be really aggressive early on. Is that just a play where you don't want to give Morphling an inch at all?
I mean, it just makes you so hard to kill at this early stage, right? Like, look at all the damage that's on Yangon's side. Most of it is magic, and any sort of physical damage that they're doing is probably from, let's say, the Ember Spirit, and you're just going to have the axes to blind. So he's not going to be concerned all that much. You can see he's gone into the Berserker's Rage, which is much more of the farm-oriented build because of the extra movement speed.
Oh, the Ember does have that level 6 now, so it's going to be a little bit more difficult for them to find the kill. As you see, past couple of minutes at least with the Earth Spirit playing around top, it's given him a little bit of a helping hand. Skilly's even going to try and provide a couple of stacks here. Unfortunately, it just gets the one at the hard camp, but Young PH has been able to catch back up a little bit here. You see with the Morbid Mask, it's making this lane somewhat easier, but they are mainly just the fact that the Monkey King is playing in the jungle and trying to give some solo experience over.
I think the plan might be, you know, just push this wave out if he can get the full Jingu stacks onto himself, and he's already got 3 points in that Primal Spring, so he wants to rotate over to this hard stack as quickly as possible. Might just do it even without the Jingu. Not getting lucky just yet with any of the neutral items. Only a couple on both sides.
Boomy might end up dying top. Yeah, he just kind of ate a couple of slights, and being maxed out, it does a decent chunk of damage here. So Ember's going to be able to find his second killer. Do have a lot of rotations coming from Radiant. Could be in trouble though with the Purge, but he's already got the Remnant back underneath the tower. so will not be able to slow down the Remnant distance. And we even see Snipe coming through from the Earth Spirit. Down the strike, trying to set up for the chilling, and it will be able to find it. Nicely done. Skillet eats the cold feed, and ambitious TP. We do see though that Boomy trying to soak up some experience bots, so I wonder how Dire want to try and react to this. If they're going to come top and protect the tower, if they want to go down bot and just try and trade. But looks like they're going to try and defend. That's the answer. Is Pango rolling on forward. Banishment's going to disrupt this. He can bounce back forward, but Tino, nice positioning through that awkward spot for the Pango's not going to be able to find the connection. Now it looks like he's going to have to fall back here. No, still troll. He's got to be careful. Might actually just have to pop the battle trance. Ember doesn't want to remnant on forward. He's going to have another slide available, but it's not enough to find the kill. And now the swashbuckle as well is off the mark, getting a little bit unlucky. He's still chasing. Finally pops the ult, and he's going to commit on forward. Even Lunge falling a little bit low as well. This is an awkward engagement here. Max showing up too, so a bloodbath in the river. We'll see a 1-for-1, make it a 1-for-2. Now that'll label CML to have the ultimate back up and ready to go thanks to the level 6. Ember doesn't have the mana, however, for the remnants away, so Mac well aware of this, continuing to hunt. Trying to provide some space here. Young PH is going to show up along with Skillet. They'll catch up Bok, utilizing that replicate to hold him in place with the banishment. And Bok well aware that he's going to end up falling here. So a lot of kills occurring down there, and you see Boomy's just going to work on the tower with this catapult. He's been soloed down on a Void Spirit, but played it perfectly, just tanking up and utilizing creep. So he's actually just going to get this tower from 4-0.
He doesn't care all that much, he's opting to go for the Witchblade as well, which, again, I'm not a huge fan, just because of, like, if you're a support, in my opinion, you're there to provide utility, and I can't really see the utility that Witchblade provides relative to, let's say, a Yule Scepter, or just straight rushing an Axe.
No, still trying to see how Dire are looking to set up. I mean, one thing I haven't brought up just yet is the factor of potentially this Morphling Earth Spirit. We've seen this is something that OG run very frequently, where they can just give that Thompson, the Morphling in the mid lane, and play with Sark's Earth Spirit as well. So we'll see how that's going to end up faring this. Yesterday, there was a wild ride of the double Spirit Breakers, and now with the double Roll Bros, it could be something to fear as the game goes on. But the issue is that Omega are looking to really start to put the pressure on. Tino's going to be super tanky. Dire not really having the damage right now, so you see Rating well aware, and well, they're just hunting across the map constantly.
Getting real lucky as well there with the Morphling and his neutral items. He's got the Possessed Mask in addition to the Morbid Mask, so he's not going to have so much concerns at all unless he's caught out underneath the Ice Blast. Speaking of, it's coming back up online, but I don't think they're in a position to kill him just yet.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Big stack.
So there's the one thing. The one thing I was kind of hoping with this Ancient Apparition getting picked up, that they would have had a little bit more extra control to really enable the Ice Blast, which is something they're lacking at the moment. I mean, Mac, Boundless Strike level 2, it will get maxed out eventually, but it's it's only going to be 1.6 seconds stun duration, disruption. But do you really want to be using that as aggressively in top lane? Gonna try TP out. They get the chains though. Lucky enough, that's something that Yangon need there, and that's a big kill. Mac 5 times killing spree getting claimed for the Ember.
I think they saw the smoke as well get immediately popped. They know that it's coming. They put the scan onto the stairs down, and Boomy, he's waiting there for him.
So that smoke's not going to catch him off guard here, unfortunately. Doing a very good job at continuing to control the high ground, but space at the moment here. Morphling still being able to catch up in farm. You see, he was struggling throughout the laning stage, but looks like is this Yashina completed and Dragonlance actually, and then he's going to be going straight into the Aghanim. So young PH really wanting to get involved early with this Dragonlance. Some nice stats for him.
Yeah, for sure. He's feeling strong. Ice Blast coming through, won't connect onto him. Nice awareness there to be able to dodge it out.
Now they're going to roll in.
Need for more.
They know without the Ice Blast, that Morphling, that's a big way to be able to deal with them through the fire. Now with the Supernova, super aggressive. Where's the stuns? They're going to try and get the Pango roll in. Supernova still popped, but at least the Rolling Thunder disrupts the fire here. They're going to try and turn. Tino pops the Battle Trance. The buyback's going to come through, but meanwhile, Ember on top of the backline deals with the AA, but the big target is the Troll Wall. It just doesn't have the damage to fight through this Battle Trance. Ember's in trouble without the mana, just gets a little bit thanks to the one charge. I'm going to try and juke up the northern side. They are hunting though from Radiant. Mac, if he wants wants to try and utilize the tree dance there. He's got the boundless up in a couple of seconds, but a good fight for Yangon as they find a 4-for-1. Void Spirit buys back there. And you see kind of this, how we were expecting this game to kind of turn, at least the fight to turn. The Ember really being a nuisance for the AA, not allowing the AA to really get any abilities off him. It didn't have the Ice Blast for that fight. And the Rolling Thunder is going to be difficult. You've got a Troll, a Monkey, two very vital melee cores that want to just be in the midst of this. So with Rolling Thunder really disrupting the fight, and Yangon, that's a big one for them to win.
Yeah, for sure. And they were fine with you just kiting around the Troll Warlord's ultimate as well. I thought Skill A did a great job making sure to consistently roll in. Doesn't matter that the stun duration is, you know, only 0.4 seconds. It's just that half-second of disruption that you need to be able to get away from the slows and the roots that have the potential to come through from a battle trance troll. He lucked out a little bit as well with his possessed mask, but he's still going to have a bit of a rough time taking this ancient stack.
Yes. Nice stack for him to find though. He's getting closer and closer towards the Aghanim's. Once we see Tino able to pick that one up, it's going to be such a big item for him. We were bringing up the Shadow Demon purge potential once he gets that shard, but even just the Aghanim's from the Troll against the chains, a really big factor, and even the lucky shot as well for the Pango. But down bot, utilizing that Rolling Thunder, Boomy can always dodge it out with the Simulator. He actually still goes forward and on the low ground, but Pango's holding his position for moment die. They're coming over. Now the Ice Blast is off the mark. Now with the backline, Magnetized Silence. It's immense amount of AoE damage. They drop the Supernova as well. It's not going to be enough for the Monkey King to break down thanks to the lucky shot, and Dire. An incredible team fight, just playing with their food. They bounce back and forth. And we see the Earth Spirit. That's a big ulti there from them to clean up.
And a big misplay coming through there from Boomy. He had the Dissimulate right on the corner there, so he could have easily just gone down onto the low ground, but got greedy, made sure to stay up, and that was enough to get chained up by the Pango stun, forced the disruption out from the Shadow Demon, and then they had no defensive capabilities to try and deal with the rest of the team when they showed up.
And this is almost going to be the Aghanim's completed for the Morphling. He didn't even get involved in that fight, so you see just the space that he's been able to find. He's top of the net worth out of a bit of a rougher laning stage, and well, we're seeing if you can find the space, he's a hero that's going to be able to farm incredibly fast.
I don't even know if it's finding the space. They just seem to leave him alone after a whole
Yeah, that's true.
Stage.
This almost deaths are completed for the Ember too, but Radiant, they're going to try and come down. Ice Blast flying through connection just on the Pango, but the battle is a little bit too late. Yeah, this is a big issue. We see Earth Spirit just rolls away. They might be able to find the Ember though. Purged up. Remnant moving incredibly slow. He won't have another Remnant. Dodges the Boundless, but it's not going to matter. So at least they should get one kill there. We are seeing the lack of stuns right now from Radiant really being a big issue, and I wonder if this is... Yeah, I mean, Boomy going for the Witchblade, who knows if like a Yule Scepter, he wouldn't have it by now, but eventually to help out with kind of the catch. They do find Lundo, doesn't have the dive, so Mac in the area is going to try and Sunray up on the high ground, the TP up, but they got the vision.
I mean, realistically, at this point of the game, what does a Blitz Knuckles do for a position 4 Void Spirit? That's my opinion. So, doesn't give stats. How often are you going to be able to just right-click up against a Morphling or an Ember Spirit? And a Pango, really?
Yeah, more than likely you're not going to be the one that's doing a lot of that. I mean, is that a hero that usually is right-clicking as well with the Void? Like, it's something is a spellcaster, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, it goes off when you use the Astral Step, but still, like, I feel like that's such a... I don't want to say it's like a niche thing that's going to be happening, but it's not worth it at this point of the game.
Mm-hmm. They do get the kill on the Earth Spirit there. You see Yangon playing a little bit aggressive, but the item timing's starting to come through. Deso picked up, Morphling. It's got the Aghanim's in about 150 gold here. We do see the Ags also picked up though for the Troll Warlord, along with the 10-second BKB for the Monkey. So we've got a couple of items coming out. Should mean that a big fight about to break out pretty soon, especially around that 10-minute interval with the bounties in the outpost.
Right. It's going to be really nice. Might see the Troll playing a little bit more aggressively against the Ember Spirit in particular, because of it's just a root, it's not a silence, so he can just continuously fight against them. Maybe manning up a bit more against a Phoenix Egg as well, because you know you're not going to have the fiery spirits on yourself.
Here we go. Smoke up, running up the high ground. Radiant. Nice positioning for the ward. Hasn't popped just yet, but they need the detection instantly. Look at the damage coming through. AA not going to get any abilities off. And now Tino's got to disengage as well, but they've caught out the Shadow Demon on top of the mid lane here. Bok under pressure thanks to the Morphling being able to utilize that replica in the Earth Spirit. And now even with the Rolling Thunder, they drop the Supernova in a beautiful spot here. Boomy's going to try and turn, but he doesn't have the help in that because the Lucky Shot has to pop the BKB. But the Supernova stun's going to hold him in place here. Morphling actually moves forward. He's got to be careful. He's still got the waveform. And now with the Root Conks, where's the control? They hold the bound the track. Skill Ace in trouble. Rolls back up in a couple seconds, still finds Boom with the kickback, but look at the damage coming through from Dire. They've disengaged, but do they actually want to think about coming back forward here? The Magnetize ticking them down along with the Slight. Void Spirit just keeps his life. Blast is going to fly on through, but it won't do anything. So Bok buys back there. They find that Ancient Apparition kill as well.
It was so much committed onto just an Earth Spirit at the end of the day. You know, he almost gets away, but it's just the tower that ends up finishing up with a couple of right clicks. So, I mean, forcing a Monkey King to use his first BKB just as an escape mechanism, that's always going to be a big win if you're a Yangon fan.
Let me see the Holy Locket picked up once again from Lon. It was liked it last game. I don't like it as much this game just because you're going up against the AA, but I'm intrigued still about it getting picked up.
Yep, for sure. Feels like a good game for any sort of healing reduction though. Lots of lifesteal on both sides. And we saw the good first use of that Earth Spirit morph as well. They just dive on in. Got a bit of an aggressive movement here from Bok. Uses the increased cast range there, and he's going to be able to burst down Horde.
Yeah, this is a nice initiation, but they're still coming over at the moment. Looks like they want to fight. They used a lot to be able to clean off the Emperor. Now with the rest of Radiant, they did try and disengage. Patrol's in trouble with the bounce back. They burn him through. Radiant trying to disengage to the northern side, but the mass TP's out, but they got one cancel. Can they find another? No, Void will make it 3 down though just for the Ember. You do see at least that you've got the Aether Remnant, so the Shadow Demon set up for the Aether Remnant, you won't be able to get any abilities off beforehand, so it costs him his life, but now they're just going to walk inside Roast. They've got the Lucky Shot for the minus armor, and young PH can sustain this.
If it procs, there we go, he finally gets one on like his 10th hit.
Mac. Iceball's flying through as well.
Ooh, he was trying to find, he's kicking down trees, seeing if he can catch out Monkey, but can't be playing anywhere near this Roche Pit right now. Skill is on point with his Earth Spirit.
Looking very, very good here from Yangon in this game 3. 6,000 net worth lead. They've got the extra life advantage now for the Morphling.
Yeah, and the pace is just going to pick up even further as soon as that Morphling hits level 18 and he's got that 40-second cooldown. Just constantly looking to roam around with this Earth Spirit. I mean, there's plenty of good heroes to morph into, to be perfectly honest. Like, Troll is good, Monkey King is good, Void Spirit's good, Earth Spirit's good, Ember's good, even Pango in a clutch.
Yeah, I mean, you're... the Troll, I'd say, is probably one of the better ones, like you said. I mean, the fact that you're going to get the Agonist effect as well.
Even just like the Void Spirit, once you get that E-Blade, you've got some fantastic burst potential with all your magic damage.
Yeah, definitely. So it's not just that he has to play with the Earth Spirit. It can be these Roll Bros, or it can help out with some Troll or some other heroes that he finds capable of being able to utilize there. But Pango's even got a Basher now, so it is very, very farmed actually. You know, 3rd net worth Zawrain, and looking super strong with how he's been able to perform in this one. And it's just even going to get more easier to control up the Troll and also the Monkey King through these engagements. But do you feel like Radiant just have to try and kite this Aegis out and hope that the Troll and Monkey can get the next set of items where they feel comfortable fighting with without that advantage in the second life?
Well, he's finished up the Eternal Shroud, but I feel like that's not where the majority of the damage is coming from. That's actually bursting down Tino. Morphling has been able to get off a lot of right clicks onto this Troll Warlord, it seems, just from being able to utilize that Dragon Lance to stay out of the blind range. So I think they've just been doing a really good job. They do see the morph being used there into the Earth Spirit form, so they're going to be playing a little bit more scared, but still going to cost them an Observer Ward.
They might sweep over here down for the bottom bounties. Boomy
Dire's bottom tower
In
is
trouble
under
with this
attack.
smoke, and yeah, Ember unfortunately doesn't get the chains. Silence is on the mark here from Skill A though. Where's the extra fault? They got the double silence from Young PH from the back line. Boomy's got the dissimulate, dodges up on the high ground. Can they get the roll connection? Nicely done. It's usually it's hard to, with one roll, your chances of finding the connection there is a little bit lower, but when you got a second person rolling in like that in a choke point, feels like the probability goes up drastically as they find the void. And now meanwhile as well, the Panga was already set up for the bounties up top, so he also gets both of them.
I wonder what the comms would have been like in the team chat for that. Like, I'm going left, you go right, Because that was an instant reaction and a nice little V formation coming out there from the Roll Bros.
And do you even have time to communicate that? You're just like hoping at the same time you don't roll at the one direction.
I don't know, maybe I'm giving too much credit, but maybe that's a thing that they talk about as soon as they pick it up. Like, right, if we ever need to chase someone, I will always go slightly left.
Just the 16-year-old gold on the Morphling continuing to chunk down this tier 2 tower down bot. And that with leads continuing to grow as well. It's looking scary at the moment because Radiant don't have a position 3. It's like a 4.5. And this is kind of the issue where I feel like we were both hoping that the Shadow Demon was going to have a good performance, because you definitely want a new hero playing kind of like a different role to look good, but unfortunately it just has not shined here for Bok in this game 3.
No, he's been picked off a few too many times. You've got a lot of defensive capabilities, sure, and you've got a lot of range. He's even got the cast range talent instead of the intelligence, just because of how many times he's being picked off here. But it feels like he needs to be playing even more defensively than he already is. Boomy is a dead man.
Yeah, he used his both the ultimate charges to try and shove up the lane. You see the commitment from Dire. They are giving absolutely no room for Mega at all, and this is a super fast move from them. They're going to try and smoke up and head to the triangle camp instantly. Let's see if they can catch someone out here. No one's positioned, at least at the moment, unless Tino runs back up. This could, yeah, nice play from them. They should be able to catch him. This is super fast, and it looks like Radiant are not anticipating this at all. Tino is going to get caught here. Chains unfortunately off the mark, but he doesn't have a tier 2 tower and no BKB as well, so he won't be able to TP out. Tino's just going to get chased down. The rest of the team are thinking about coming over, but they're going to kick him further and further away from where any of the reinforcements have come.
And it didn't look like they were ready to join him at all either. I think even if he could have got off that battle trance, it would have been just a waste of a big cooldown ultimate. To their credit though, for Omega, Mac did a good job of keeping that top lane pushed out. Constant threat there. They know that that's the main lane that they want to keep pushed in. It's the one closest to Roshan, so just trying to keep control over that sort of area.
Still just keeping the rat inside the cage they are for Yangon. No one's able to get out at the moment. They're even going to roll in forward, try and find Mac. Maybe force out a BKB, then dip away. You got to be careful how deep you go, because you need to find CML instantly. Pango's going to try and do so, but the double summon, the Rolling Thunder, the Supernova as well on top of the back line. Wukong's is dropped, but it's not going to matter. Yangon assassinate 2 heroes, and they dip out just like that.
Yep, they see the trolls coming back up. There's respect for them. If he's on his own, they'll go all in for him, but if he's alive, you just got to be a little bit more measured about it. Zawrain just getting healed all the way to full, forcing at least one buyback out, and that just makes Bok so much further away from his Blink Dagger timing.
Let's see what they can do here. Roll in, trying to protect him. Max still got the BKB. Zawrain's going to try and follow up as well. Max taking a lot of damage, but he finds a Jiggy. Morphling's already down, however, the Boundless Strike, it's a lot of damage. Yangon lose 3, and they dive way too far here. Phoenix even going to drop as well. A very strong high ground defense as Mac is enabled to pop that BKB, turns once he's got the Jingle with the Boundless, and man, they just got shredded there. Probably didn't anticipate how much damage it would have been, but he's actually got a man fight here. The Ember pops the BKB, even though he had a couple of remnants to be able to dip out of there. So that's a 10-second BKB charge.
Yeah, I mentioned showing the respect for the troll Warlord, but then they went ahead and didn't do that as soon as the BKB, sorry, the buyback came out for the Shadow Demon, and it just ends up costing them. You can't fight into this troll Lord in a 5v5 situation, especially when you've already expended a couple of your ultis. And with that bunch of kills, feeds them a bunch of gold. Who got all the kill streaks? It felt like it was, yeah, it was Tino that got one, and it was Mac that got the other. So big swing in Omega's favor. It's still, you know, a bit of a disadvantage, but you've given them an option now to be able to come back into this game. Who they've caught out here? It's just an illusion, I believe.
Well, they might catch up Mac though. Not with a roll like that. Mac's going to be able to walk himself away. Still pushing up aggressively. Trying to force out some reactions here.
Has he got a completed Ags on Mac? He's got the point booster. Yeah, there we go. He buys up the rest of it, I think.
Ember playing with his food at the moment. Has to pop the BKB. A couple heroes in the back line.
There we go. He switches it up with the Elven Tunic as well. Much more.
That's going to be a nice item.
Yeah. How long is the Roche? The Roche is basically an instant respawn. It was 1 second. One of the shortest ones I've ever seen.
We're trying to look for some of the neutral items as well. There we go. Radiant just pick up all of theirs. Paladin sword if anyone wants that. It's going to be pretty nice. Looks like still holding the Titans through at the moment. They're looking for a couple of theirs, so no one's been hitting some neutrals. They've only got the Sliver and also the Cloak of Flames.
Well, we're having to be a little bit careful here. But, they end up revealing preemptively a little bit about their positioning. It's one of the great things about this Ags for the Monkey King. Not only does it help with pushing in team fights, but you can just even leave the statues in the jungle to finish off a lot of these creep camps. So it just does everything for you.
Are scanning.
Radiant wanting to come outside the base here. Feeling strong to take an engagement. Maybe aware that Roshan could be up and available. Bok with the blink forward. They're going to be able to catch it. The ball from the Ice Blast connection as well. This is a massive pick-off. We brought up at the Ice Blast. Such an incredible way to be able to deal with the Morphling. Now with that pick-off, they're going to walk inside the Roche pit. Let's see if Dyer can contest it. They still got the ultimates.
It's worth the
Morphling's going to buy back as well. They're going to try and disrupt the backline. Boomy straight away, jumping on forward. They can bring down the Phoenix, at least prevent a really bad supernova. They're going to do so successfully now with the counter up. Pango tries to get the kit back. Tino as well has to pop the BKB. Is going to get a range of the supernova. They've kited a lot of the ultimates at the moment, but now can they turn a Mega up on the higher gun? Going to try and reset, reposition for the rolling forward once again. Morphling's back line, but he's got to be careful. Morphling, no, came knocked out. He gets E-play form up. The Ice Blast is back up once again. They find him down for 100 seconds. Morphling, oh no, Mac wants more blood with the jump on forward. Oh, he's got the BKB, gonna try and jump away with the Remnant, but Tino is on top of the Pango without the lockdown. That's the issue though. They should be able to find him throughout the tree line, drag him back is Boomy. Such an incredible fight coming out from Omega, and look at the swing.
Oh, buddy. That is looking pretty dangerous. Buying back, it feels like a desperation buyback coming through from this Pango.
Well, Mac might be in trouble here. They got the swashbuckle, rolls off the mark, but it looks like the slide's gonna be enough to claim the kill. Unfortunately, skill A rolled on forward. He's gonna get inside the Roche pit, still with the cold feet. Croc sets up for the ice wall, boom, finds the kill. No, don't get the bash. Okay, give me a little bit of heart attack there. You hate to see a first hit bash coming through from Roche. At least without the monkey, does Tino have the damage to go through Roche at the moment here? It's going to be a little bit annoying with the constant pressure that Ember can dish out.
It's a question of can they take it before the Morphling's back online. They're going to try and delay it as much as they can with this Rolling Thunder coming through.
Up on the high ground they go. Pops the BKB as well. They want to try and deal with everyone but the Troll Warlord here, just kiting him up through the engagement of Boomy. He's going to do the same thing. Tilt to the sword on top of the backline. Once again, finding the Phoenix. This fresh Aghanim's pickup has been such a nuisance for Phoenix in the past couple of minutes here, not being able to utilize a dive to get away. They're continuing to delay it though. Roche hasn't fallen just yet, but Box back alive has now got the setup for Boomy, so they'll find the Ember. He's out of remnants as well now with the follow-up control from the Silence. They're going to find another kill.
Morphling's here.
We'll be able to rejoin the fight. Morphling back alive finally after the dieback here, and now with the swashbuckle as well. Finds a proc, slowing this one down, still continuing on. Looks like we might finally have had enough.
This fight has been going on for 3+ minutes. This is ridiculous. They're going to spot out the DD rune bot. Maybe that might be what turns the tables of, all right, we need to fully commit onto this, because 10 seconds left on the the support death timers for Yangon Galacticos. The big important thing is AA doesn't actually need to be at the team fight. He could just launch his Ice Blast as soon as he's back alive. And, well, are they going to be able to get to the Roche pit in time? Back started, I think they might have been able to quickly take it down, but they're going to find out Boomy first.
Well, they got everything back up. The double rolling forward. Look at the commitment trying to bring down the Voids with rolling forward as well. They drop the Wukongs inside the river. They're going to be careful how much they want to commit forward, but now with the Morphling, wants to try and deal with the Shadow Demon. He's caught out now with Battle Trance. It's not going to find the extra connection in the route. Now they're still continuing on. They haven't found the AA, but the Yak Blast off the mark. And now with the Supernova, instantly trying to turn their attention. They bring that one down. No Phoenix help with the ultimate. Dire. They'll Delta split away. Ember in the river. Morphling down to the southern side. Such a chaotic past couple of minutes here. So much emphasis on Roche. Back in they go as a Mega.
Even just keeping the gem on the ground, making sure that they've got a little bit of that extra vision. They're going to be able to pick it up. I mean, who even does it doesn't have buyback at this point? Both of the main cores do on Omega's side, but they're still going to give it over to Mac.
No, this is all of a sudden. I mean, what was about, what, 13, 14,000 net worth lead for Yangon is just turned on its head. It's now a very minimal net worth lead for Omega. Experience in their favor. All the graphs are in their favor, especially with the help of that Roshan. They got the Aegis on Mac. Troll holding the cheese, and may even be building a Skadi next. And this has been a lot of experience going their way. You see Tino level 24.
Yeah, that graph looks like GameStop at the start of every single day that goes on the market. It's just drops down, then just launches right back up. It's going to the moon if you're an Omega eSports fan. Alright, what's Bok got next? He's been able to finish up his 4-star. He still hasn't opted to go for this Demonic Purge shot. I'm honestly really surprised. You've got... you know, with that double damage in that fight, obviously the Troll Warlord was really effective against it. He just tossed his axe at him, immediately dispelled it off the Ember Spirit, so good presence of mind to use his entire toolkit at his disposal. That's still another 5.3k that the Troll's got to be able to purchase things up. He could very easily go for the Basher at least. Yeah, there we go. Picks it up, still has enough for the buyback if he does need it. Got a bunch of new neutral items coming through as well, and these can always be the thing that ends up turning the tide. Lon finishing up his Shiva's Guard as well, so even just, not even the active, but even just the aura for the minus attack speed is going to be real handy for dealing with things like Troll, reduces the ramp up, and the Monkey King, of course, the Jingu stacks, not able to as quickly come online.
See the importance of being able to drop down a lot of these ultimates, kind of just the AoE control that they can provide. The Rolling Thunder, the Supernova, but Radiant, they've got as well with the Wukong's command, so have to be really spot on with where you take these fights. They're going to be able to catch up the Morphling. Doesn't have attribute now, but the Icebox sets up as well. Morphling's in trouble here. Boom! They find him. That's the counter coming through on the draft, paying off big there. All they needed with box set up with the banishment. Now they get defensive bash as well from Max, sets up for the Remnant. Oh no, Yangon lose 2.
Lanes are somewhat pushed in. You know, you can see Skille is just committing up onto this top side, making sure that, you know, you're not going to be able to push everything, but there's always one little crack that you can look to exploit, and Tino's found it on the bot lane. Immediately starts pushing it in. Tests, tries to tease them if they have the buyback, and they'll find out that Morphling does not.
And that's Abyssal Blade now completed. Monkey's also getting pretty close to an Abyssal Blade as well, so they're going to have some fresh couple of items here. Is going to be so important to control them, and that's the extra stuns that I was hoping for to help set up for something like an Ice Blast.
This Penta Edge Sword, super effective. You've also got the Desolator, so quickly able to take down a lot of these towers. And look, you could pop your magic immunity on a lot of these heroes, but it doesn't mean crap if it's just pure right clicks coming through at you.
Dire's middle tower.
Full set of racks down bot. They're going to continue walking up as well. Buyback still not available since that mass amount of fights that we had by the Roche pit. Morphs up in 10 seconds. Bok jump forward once again. Gonna be able to catch him out. But Pango, nice counter initiation with the Rolling Thunder for Tino. So pops to BKB, but the Spit's gonna move in forward. Boomy gets to dissimulate. A lot of space getting created here from the Pango, but this is without the Morphling. Looks like just want to zone him away, protect that higher ground, force him back. They go.
Yeah, even using the Sunray there when it was completely useless, Hall was caught by the AA Ice Blast, so it wasn't doing him any good to get connected by that. Did perhaps scare off the Omega side a little bit, not wanting to suffer the percentage-based damage that's come through for that Phoenix. So I think the next big thing from them is, are they going to be able to maintain this top outpost? It looks like they will, so that might take him up to his level 18. Could be pretty damn impactful.
Troll's got that 25 as well, so the Battle Trance strong dispels now for himself. Void getting very close to the 25 as well, you know, with the amount that Boomy has been doing on trying to shove out these side lanes, been getting a lot of experience helping out through the fights as well. So even that dissimulate 2.5 second stun, just you've got the banishment sets up for the remnant, then you can follow up with that dissimulate, might be enough here. But Mac, this could be disastrous. The invis with the abyssal blade, they're gonna be careful. No, the boundless, oh no,
just offline, so close. They've got the BKB now on the Morphling though.
Do they want to dump a Abyssal Blade forward straight on top of the Ember? They need the protection coming through, but now with the Ice Bolt, they're going to find the connection. Ember's in trouble. They're able to bring him down. He doesn't have a buyback. And then with the Pangolier, he'll fall as well. The bash from Tino for the Battle Trance. Look at him go to work. They're still trying to man fight. Shadow Demon will fall. Young PH pops the BKB. Misses out, however, with the roll that Simulate popped. It looks like now Boom is going to try and turn his attention to the Earth Spirit. He has to disengage, however, Earth Spirit's in trouble. Massive amount of distance found, but it won't matter because Max hunting.
And they were trying to get a few of the supports on the backline, similar to what Omega were doing to the Yangon Galacticos, but you're just so much more slippery as this Void Spirit. You know, it's position 4 that's got ways to use 2 lots of physical damage reduction. You've got the Dissimulate, you've got the Astral Step, and even a BKB for your troubles on top of that, which you didn't have to end up using.
I mean, they're in trouble now. Like, they're in big trouble. 2 full sets. They don't have buybacks on Dire. Now they're going to get cut out once again with the Ice Bolt flying through. They've got the Abyssal Blade control. Phoenix is down. They've got to pop the glyph, but how do you hold this? Young PH has got to go to work. Maybe he can catch up Boomy. He's going to roll in forward. He's got the burst. Nice to simulate. Now block with counter up. Eighth Amendment flying. They just bait him out completely. No, that might just be. He doesn't have buyback. That's it. Omega. Oh, they just baited Boomy there. Oh no. Yangon. They were able to come back in that earlier game in the second, but now throwing this one looks like a mega. That's enough for them to claim it. No glyph for Yangon. They just have the Earth Spirit. Ember's up in 20. No buybacks available. Even going inside the fountain as well. Such a strong comeback from Omega, and the G's are dropped.
Yeah, letting him know about it. I think again it just shows that perhaps a little bit of Young PH's inexperience. He had about 5 seconds left on both of his E-Blade and BKB. Chooses to roll in anyway, knowing he had no defense. You're in a 2v5 situation. You're going to need every tool